Girl, we have so much to talk about. There's so much that I have to update you on, okay? Because my life in 2017 has been an emotional roller coaster, and I know, like, if you're not subscribed to my vlog channel, then yeah, you are literally not up to date on everything that has been going on. So I just figured I would take some time to go ahead and, you know, catch y'all up on what's been going on. I'm just gonna pin her back so she doesn't get foundation on her, you know what I'm saying. I have a lot of new makeup that I actually want to try out, and I'm gonna try it out on camera. So I'm just basically just gonna do my makeup as we talk and catch up. So to start off, I'm going to prime my face, and I'm just gonna use the Benefit Professional. This is Matte Rescue, the Invisible Finish Mattifying Gel, and I typically use the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer, but I really want to try this out. So I'm just going to put that all over my face, especially in, well, not all over my face, but the areas that I tend to get oily. So I'm just going to fan a bit and let that dry, and it feels like it's drying already. So I'm just going to color correct. And all the products that I use will be listed in the description box because I don't want to like go over every single thing, you know, just to kind of save some time or whatever. And if I do say it, it's going to be really quickly. Like, this is the Hard Candy Color Correct Expert Cream and in the color orange. And I'm just going to use that to color correct the areas that I tend to have discoloration. So that's like underneath my eyes and around my mouth. Alright, so where do I get started? So as you may have noticed, you know, my channel hasn't been consistent since the beginning of the year because your girl has been going through it. I've had some very sad times, and I've also had some very happy times, some very motivational and encouraging times, and I just literally had to get myself together in the midst of it all. Okay, so first and foremost, your girl is a mother now. I am a mother of two. I have custody of my 17-year-old niece and my 16-year-old nephew. Now, in February 2017, this year, I went home to Louisiana, and I'm using, real quick, I'm using Milk Blur Liquid Foundation. I've been like really anxious to try this out, and I got it from Sephora in the color tan. So this is my first time using it, so I just put a bit on the back of my hand. But before I get started, real quick, not to lose my train of thought, I received these brushes from Morphe, and these are a brush set from the holiday collection, and I know there's two other brush sets, but I was like, oh my god, look how beautiful they are. And it recently just launched. The holiday collection is limited edition, and there's also 3 palettes that I have that are limited edition, amazing palettes, and I'm going to be using one today to show you guys. But I'm going to take this big powder brush from the Morphe holiday collection and this Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation, and this is in the shade Deep 74, and I'm just going to use this to powder all over my face. So I'm just going to use that or whatever before I apply the foundation. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So I went home in February because I went for the Zulu ball, and for Mardi Gras. I was going to New Orleans. I'm from Lafayette, which is like 2 hours away. And my niece ended up having court around the same time, and my niece, you know, she had been given some trouble doing something that she had no business doing, and I honestly didn't want her going down the wrong path. You know, she had been just being rebellious teenagers, you know what I'm saying. And I had been talking to her mom quite a bit about letting her come to stay with me in Dallas. I just felt like when I purchased my house, like, I did not know that I was going to end up raising 2 teenagers. But when I bought the house, I knew I wanted something big as, you know, my first time home. I wanted something that I could actually grow into, because some people are like, oh, you know, get a first time home. But what exactly is a first time home? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes your first time home ends up being your forever home. So I was just really big on getting what I wanted while I could afford it, and making sure that I was set up to be able to, you know, pay the house off if I ever hit hard times or whatever. So I ended up going home for Zulu, and then a week later my niece ended up having court. Because of the amount of trouble that she was giving, my sister-in-law decided to allow her to come in, stay with me to test it out. Okay, boom, I got custody of her. At first, my sister-in-law, she wasn't like too fond of it, but it took some convincing, you know, because at the end of the day, I did not want my niece to go down the wrong path, be another statistic, drop out of school, have a kid young, get raped by, because just like the things that she was doing, putting herself in bad situations, that was something that I did not want to end up happening to her. So being that my brother passed away, you know, I feel like I'm my brother's keeper, so I had to step in. And I'm like, listen, I live in a really, really, really nice area with a school that's within the top 10 in the nation, as far as academics and things like that. And I'm like, yo, let's just test it out. Let's take her out of the environment and put her into a new environment, because I am a firm believer that a kid, when they're like adapting to a certain like environment, you take them out of that and you put them into an environment that's completely different, because the environment that she's now in is like 100 times better. It kind of forces them to be uncomfortable, but at the same time, it forces them to do the right thing, because at the exact same time, when they're at home doing the wrong things, with the people who feel like, hey, doing the wrong things is okay to do, and then you put them in an area where they're not doing that, it's like, dang, I'm the outcast, because, you know, my peers, they're not doing half the things that I'm doing, and I don't want to be the outcast. You know, I don't want to be that person that's looking like the troublemaker or whatever. So I brought her, so I got custody of her or whatever. And then my nephew, which is my other brother who passed away, it's his son, so they're cousins basically. He was actually doing really well in Lafayette. He was in a medical program at his high school and whatnot, and he, you know, basically asked me like, hey, can I come and live with you? Because of course he didn't want his cousin to be like thrown to the wolves. Like, it's a new environment. He wanted her to have a piece of home, and they're in the same grade and whatnot. And so he was like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be there to you know, just to make her feel comfortable. I'm like, sure. And my mom basically had custody of him, so my mom was like, are you sure? Like, you're young, you're traveling, like, you know, I don't know. And I'm like, Mom, like, it's good. Like, God has put it on my heart to do this, and I feel like I need to make a difference in P's life, so it's something that I want to do. I'm actually liking the finish of this foundation so far. It is coming off a bit orange compared to like my chest area, but I am about to highlight. Summer just ended here in Dallas, and that Texas heat is no joke. So of course my color is kind of like all over the place. But of course, you know, no one's complexion is one shade. You have to like highlight and contour, bring some highs and lows back into your complexion whenever you're applying makeup. I'd rather go darker than lighter any day, because listen, the way some of these people be walking around with that ghostly face, pineapples, don't like it. So next I'm going to use Pecan Pie. This is from the Sephora collection. This is their Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and it's supposed to be very similar to the Radiant Creamy Concealer by NARS, which is my absolute favorite. If you watch my tutorials, then I use that all the time. But I'm going to try that out. Ooh, I do not like this applicator. What the hell? It's like a rounded applicator, so when you stick it in, only the tip gets product on it. Okay, I don't like that. Man, can I use another doe foot? So yeah, so back to what I was saying. If you follow me on Instagram for a while, if you're not, go ahead and follow your girl on Instagram and on Snapchat while you're at it, because of course you're missing out. Because that's the people who get updated first, pretty much. But my dad, right before I moved to Dallas, my dad fell sick. He was suffering with cancer, and he was in the hospital. My sister and I had to come down because we didn't know his status and if he was going to make it. And yeah, it was pretty bad. But then he shook back. Well, right before we were about to leave, basically the beginning of March, because I went to Louisiana the end of February, my dad fell sick. And that was, I would definitely say that was like a tough time for me, because I had never seen my dad in that state before. And knowing that he was like sick prior to that, like the previous summer, it was just like, oh my God, like how could he just get right back to like being so sick? Like, God, please, like, answer me, tell me like what's going on, like everything's gonna be all right. I'm being very optimistic, I'm like keeping positive thoughts, and I'm going to see him every day and whatnot. And you know, he's starting to look better as time goes on. And it's just like, okay, so he was literally in the hospital for like 3 weeks, about 3 weeks. And so instead of us leaving and me taking the kids out of school right then and there, knowing that, you know, I was trying to stick around to see if he would pull through, I just told them like, hey, you know, just keep going to school. I'll withdraw you guys as soon as we get the go ahead that, you know, Papa is gonna shake back and he's able to go home. And literally, it's like I didn't have it in my mind that it was going to turn out for the worse. And yeah, so it's a long story. If you guys want to be updated exactly what that whole process was like and my thought process and all of that, I'll link the video beneath in the description box. Or if you're on a computer, I'll put the video right here. You can click on it or whatever. But, you know, I wasn't expecting it to turn out the way that it did. And my father ended up passing away March 17th, which was so hard for me because I was there. The nurse called me and I had to go there with my family, and I was holding his hand when he passed away. A very tough time because I am a daddy's girl, and it really like threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting it. On top of that, the beginning of the year, I kind of went through some things with just friends and like relationship, and it just was a very like trying time for me. So I already wasn't in a good state of mind. You guys have to like catch up on my vlogs. I'll put like all the videos that kind of reference and like correlates with what I'm talking about in the description box, so you guys can like catch up. But like I packed my bags and I went to Mexico by myself. I went to Puerto Vallarta just to get away right before I went to Louisiana. Yeah, so I did that. My dad died. I'm now a new mother of 2. So I'm like, wow. Like, talk about your life changing. I can't snap. Just like that. It was just one of those things where I was like, man, okay, God, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. I don't know if this is my calling. I'm supposed to be there. You know, that's when I kind of started thinking like, wow. I moved right when my dad was sick the first time because I wanted to be closer. I wanted to be in my niece and nephew's life. Nieces and nephews' lives, because I have 2 nieces and 2 nephews. I wanted to be in their lives more because I've been gone in the military for 8 years. I wanted to be closer to friends and family. LA was cool, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I went to LA for the military. And I got everything that I needed to get out of it. But at the end of the day, I wanted to invest my money. I was tired of just like watching my money go down the drain in rent. And I really wanted to have something to call my own. That's why I ended up moving. I'm using the Peach Perfect mattifying loose powder, setting powder by Too Faced. I'm testing this out. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use this first to set. And I'm hoping, oh, it smells good. It's infused with peach. Peach and sweet fig cream. It smells really good. Some of the powder got in my mouth and it tastes pretty good. I'm also going to go in with my Sacha Buttercup powder and just kind of like double set this just so I can get some of my color back, just in case it tries to like play you girl and have me looking all white and ashy. The type of home that I have, I would never spend the money that LA was asking for the type of home that I have. That would be like in the millions, and your girl just not about that life, especially being from the South and knowing that I could get more for my money. Yeah, it's cool to be in LA and try to be on the scene and all that, but you gotta be smart about it. You gotta get more bang for your buck. So yeah, of course I was not expecting all of this to like transpire, but it did, and I'm not one to like question God. Of course, here and there I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, oh my gosh. But at the end of the day, it's just like, yo, rocks, jabs, all this is being thrown at you, girl. You gonna duck and keep moving? Or are you just gonna stand there, take the beating? Like, what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do? Okay, so I'm gonna use this brush here. It doesn't have a number on it, but I'm gonna use this with my soft ochre paint pot to prime my eyelids. And yeah, just so my eyeshadow has something to adhere to, and you know, just so it could pop a bit. In the midst of all that, I wasn't expecting for everything to transpire the way it did, but you know, it did. It is what it is. I was a bit sad for a while, you know, grieving over my father, adjusting. Like, I wasn't sad because I was having to adjust with change, but I was just like scared. Like, oh my God, I don't want to fail. I literally became a parent of 2 teenagers overnight. So, you know, the pressure's on. People are watching. Like, you want to ensure. I'm pretty strict anyway, but people are watching. Like, nobody, you know, at the end of the day, people want to see you fail sometimes. So I didn't want my niece to fail. You know, I wanted to put her in a good environment. My nephew wasn't, you know, one to like give trouble or anything like that, so I wasn't like too much worried about him. But once they moved, I had to get them like situated with school, and my nephew was playing football, and my niece, she was still in online summer school classes back in Louisiana, so I was, you know, having to make sure that she was doing what she was supposed to do online so she could actually start the new school year with the right credits. So I just had to make sure that all that was situated. When she finished with that, I enrolled her into summer school, because it's like, oh no, child, you don't get a summer. Like, you want to be rebellious and do all that, like, we're going to get you up to par. So she literally was in the house from April until the school year. Darian, he had an advantage in a sense because he started school out here right away. P didn't, because she was still taking online classes from back in Louisiana. So her and I got to bond and talk and, you know, just get her situated in the right mindset. Darian was playing football. He made varsity right away. And so he was like doing summer, like the summer like performance course and stuff like that. So I had to adjust like mentally, waking up, bringing them to practice, coming home, making sure she was going to summer school and all that. So it was pretty like, what the hell. I'm going into the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm just going to take this Y15 brush. I'm going to use this as a transition color. I'm going to use my little handheld mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah, so adjusting to that and adjusting to parenthood overall has been, I would say, a very like rewarding feeling, because I was so used to like being alone that I was kind of stuck in my own ways, and it kind of like taught me to you know, be a little bit open-minded and have patience, because at the end of the day, like, I pretty much was by myself like most of the time anyway, you know, so like having to share space and like take care of people, like I wasn't used to that. So I was like, oh gosh, like what am I doing? Like, can I actually do this? But it's been pretty easy, you know, besides the little teenage attitudes and me having to yell and take cell phones away and punishment. It's been straight. Not like they're bad, but I have to make sure that they understand that everywhere you go, you're going to have rules, and there's no debating with adults and things like that. So yeah, if I tell you to do something, I shouldn't have to talk to you more than once. So that's been kind of like the disciplining area or whatever. So all right, so moving on to the good stuff. I'm trying not to have the foil reflect, but this is the Dare to Create palette that Morphe just launched on their site for the holiday. And oh my gosh, this palette is like off the chain. Look how big it is. Oh my gosh, the color like range is like phenomenal. You have, you know, your browns here. It's a mixture of like shimmers and mattes. You actually have some jumbo eyeshadows here that you can also use as blush. I mean, that's what I would do. And then you have like your smoky colors here. But the good thing about it is that you can mix and match. You can do some daytime looks, some nighttime looks, some colorful looks or neutral looks. Yeah, and so I have a coupon code if you guys are interested. You can get some money off. This is limited edition, so it will be moving fast, so don't miss out. I'm gonna show you guys just a few like finger swatches real fast, just so you can see how pigmented they are. All right, so let's go here, and you see how pigmented they are. Literally just one swipe. This is the matte. So bomb. Oh, so bomb, so bomb. Let's go to this blue right here. Look how gorgeous, y'all. Oh my gosh. And then we'll try this one. Oh. What? Y'all got you. Okay, yeah. First time using this palette and I'm excited. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into this mossy green shade here. And I'm going to take that, let's see what brush I want to use. We'll use the Morphe M441. This is very equivalent to one of the MAC brushes. I have a lot of Morphe brushes, so that's why I'm using it. This is not a sponsored video, just throwing that out there. But I'm going to take some of that on, ooh, and it picks up so well. I'm going to take some of that mossy green shade, and I'm just going to apply that like right beneath the yellow and blend it in. So I'm going to like place this right into the crease, but not like go up as high as the yellow. I'm just going to like use windshield wiper motions, circular motions, and apply that. But making sure to kind of like drag that out as well. And then just build, like gradually build. I should have did my eyes first, but I wasn't thinking. I was just like so excited to like start the video and start talking that I was like, oh well. All right, so I kind of have it the way that I want it. I feel like I need to like still blend a little bit more. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with a like lime green, this right here, to kind of like help diffuse the in-between shade. Just so it could like transition a bit better. Just kind of blend it all together. Alright, so we're gonna leave it like that because I don't want to mess up. So yeah, so right now I'm just gonna hurry up and cut my crease. I'm gonna do a half cut crease. What else has been going on in my life? God, I'm gonna need a better detailed brush. Okay, so next I'm gonna take this dark, which is like, I call it swamp green, on a little detailed brush. And this is by Peach and Pearl. And, all right. And then I'm just gonna add that to like the outer V of the eye, just to like deepen and add some depth. So yes, I mean, at the end of the day, all of that pretty much happened. And I was like, oh gosh, like, what are you trying to tell me? But nonetheless, your girl has prospered. I know that there's been a lot of questions about whether or not I'm still in a relationship with Trav. No, Travis and I are not in a relationship. We are still really good friends. Nothing bad happened, so just putting that out there. Our just life endeavors took us in separate directions. And so yeah, so I mean, like, if you watch my vlog channel, you know that we still have a really tight relationship. So yeah, so I hope that pretty much answers the question, because that's my last time talking about it, to be completely honest. Because I don't really feel like there's anything to really talk about. Like, just being, like, pretty transparent in the sense on how I feel when it comes to discussing it or whatever. So, yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to add, I like this, but I want to add, like, a little bit of this navy blue just to bring some color into it. I'm just using some patting motions, kind of just bringing that in towards the lash. And with that mossy green. And layer that right on top. Alright, so for, let's see, maybe we could use one of the other palettes. I want like a really white. Ooh, let's use Custom. This is in the new Morphe palette. This is the Nightmaster 15N palette. And these are like more of like nighttime smoky eye shades. So we're going to go into the color Custom. I'm going to use this flat shader brush right here. And the good thing about it is it comes with like a really nice mirror. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the end of this like brow brush. And this is supposed to be for eyebrows, but I'm using that to get like right up on that cut crease. I like the way that looks. And then I'm going to cut my crease just to like kind of like enhance it. I'm going to go in with the Heavy Metal Midnight Cowboy glitter liner. Lord, I need a steady hand because I don't want to mess up. But I'm just going to put that right on the cut crease. Being a homeowner has been the most rewarding feeling that like I could ever like feel, to be honest. And I know like at first like some people just didn't get it, you know what I'm saying? People were like, why would you buy a home by yourself? Like, shouldn't you wait until you get married? Of course, there's the people that always talk shit online, especially those LSA hoes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like one of those things where I did it, one, for me, and two, to like show women that like, yo, you don't need a man to do things. And even though like my plan was to buy my first house, you know, with Trav whenever him and I were together. You can still like do things with a partner, but for me, it's like I just wanted something like for myself, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, if people aren't encouraged by that, then I really don't know what to say. I'm gonna go in with my Ruby Kiss mineral powder. This is in the color Honey Brown. I picked it up from like my local beauty supply store. So I like it because it just warms up my face. So I don't know when I got back into contouring. I had stopped contouring for a while, especially after like strobing and just realizing that, like, you know, my face has a natural like definition, and I really don't need, has natural definition, has natural definition, and I really don't need to contour. But I like the way it makes my face look, so I really like the finish of this powder and the foundation by Milk. Like, yo, I swear, I don't know if it's that not Bare Minerals, the Benefit mattifying gel or what, but all this works really well together. Okay, so for my highlight, I'm going to make this palette pretty functional, and I'm going to use Unique here. My nails scratched it that fast. So I'm just going to like put my brush all up in it. And then I'm going to spritz it with my Mario Badescu. This is the facial spray. And I'm going to use it as a highlighter. Ooh. It's really pretty. Everything I do is like to inspire people, and I'm learning that people are going to talk whether you're doing good or doing bad. So you can't even like let it bother you. Like, if I was to literally take everything that people said to heart, that who didn't agree with like decisions or just didn't like me or whatever the case may be, I'd be just as miserable as them, because at the end of the day, it says a lot about them. So yeah, I'm like, y'all not bold enough to say this to me or to let me know, hey, I'm Ashley from such and such, and this is how I feel about you. Like, you're not bold enough to do that. Like, those little online forums and people's opinions, like, that shit does not bother me, because at the end of the day, I know for a fact that I ain't gonna never see them. They know who I am. I don't know who they are. So, hey, it's whatever. But all in all, I'm doing well, healthy. My family's good. I'm in a much better mental state. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like enjoying life. I am like too blessed to be stressed. You know, every time I start to think about like anything negative, I counter that with positive thoughts and remembering that I'm so blessed and I'm able to bless other people, and that's really all that matters, to be honest with you, you know? Like, I have a gorgeous home, I'm young, I get to travel, I get to do whatever it is that I want. Like, there's no reason why I should be ungrateful at all or negative or whatever, you know? Like, it is what it is. I'm going to go back into the Dare to Create palette, and I'm going to use this second shade here. I'm going to use that as a blush. And applying my lashes. So, like, honestly, like, guys, like, what's been up with y'all, though? Like, I feel like now that like you're caught up on my life and like what I've been doing, and I hope that you actually go watch the vlogs. Like, you have like at least 3 to 4 vlogs that you need to watch to like really be caught up. It's on a different channel, so yeah, I know how hard it is, but a lot of people are like, oh, where's Missy been? And I actually had vlogs up, and it's like, did you even watch it? Like, I'm uploading this for nothing. Like, I'm trying to keep y'all updated. Like, what's the dealio? I'm trying. But yeah, I really like how this eyeshadow look turned out. Every time I'm in the mood to like do my makeup, I feel like it comes out like really good. I'm applying the Malia lashes. This is the Luxe by Ienvy. Again, I got it from like my little local beauty supply store. And I'm like, dang, I like the way this looks. Yes, baby, yes. Y'all, I am starving. We're doing a Taco Tuesday in a minute. Shrimp tacos. And I'm like super excited. Like, I want to finish this tutorial just so just get ready with me just so I can eat. And since my lash is done, I don't know. Like, should I go out? Should I have a drink? Like, what should I do? Because somebody got to see my makeup. I don't give a damn if I'm going to walk in Walmart. Somebody seeing my makeup. God damn it. I'm just saying. Y'all ever like go through that? Like, y'all do y'all makeup like all bomb and then like nobody see you? And it's like, yo, the time that I look busted, that's when I run into people. But the time I'm looking fly, I don't see nobody. Or I ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm gonna find somewhere to go. I'm going to Walmart. Oh man, and I just like recently, like 2 days ago, there was this like mass shooting a few hours like from Dallas. I think like no more than like 5 hours from Dallas, or like 5 or 6 hours from Dallas. And this man went into this church and like shot up and killed 20 people. And I'm like, yo, the world is so crazy. Like, it's so sad that like these things are like happening, and it's happening like so frequent. It's like, yo, what's really going on? Like, I don't understand. Like, my heart goes out to like the families of those victims, those who were injured, and those who were like murdered as well, because there were, man, like, first off, nobody should die, but oh man, like what breaks my heart the most is like, yo, there's kids, like innocent people, adults and kids, lost their lives to somebody just being a monster, like an absolute monster for like, I don't even know what the reasoning was. I'm sure it wasn't a good one. I'm sure he was going through something or had some type of mental issue. They all end up having mental issues, in my opinion. So it's like, yo, can y'all like, I don't know. All we can do is pray, y'all, for real. Okay, and lastly, I'm gonna go in with number 26 in the Sephora lip cream. This is like a reddy brown, and I'm just gonna apply this to the lips. I was gonna do nude, but I feel like nude is just like too nude for this eye look. Oh, this looks so good. You know, like whenever you be bombing, you be feeling yourself, you be like, yo, what's that? That's how I be in the mirror, especially whenever I look good, like that. Gotta stick out the tongue, because if you don't stick out the tongue, then you ain't doing shit. Alright guys, so that is it for my chit chat get ready with me video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. That way you share it with all of your friends and you let them know like, hey, Missy Lynn got a new video. You guys gotta go watch it. And if you like this eye look, you also have to give me a thumbs up, because of course, you know, I want to bring more looks to you guys and have more like chit chat topic discussions while doing the makeup. If you guys have any topics that you want to talk about, you can leave it down in the comment section and I'll be sure to read those. And you know, I think I'm gonna do like a chit chat get ready with me video, like maybe every other week or something like that, as well as like MISSYLYNN speaks type videos, like of certain topics and whatnot. So yeah. Also, if you're not subscribed, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I will put a button right over here for those of you who are on desktops and laptops. And I will also put the link to subscribe beneath this video in the description box. But there's also a little red button, I think over here, that you can press. And also hit the little bell notification button. That way you never miss another upload. It will send an alert right to your phone and you will know when I have a new video like on deck. And also don't forget to subscribe to my vlog channel, as well as follow me on all of my social media accounts, which will be listed beneath this video in the description box. So enough with my rambling. Until next time, beauties, be you, be beautiful, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
She said, come on, P. She feel pleased, yeah.
She almost pull my damn wig off. P, come here.
And she got that lipstick on.
What you crying for?
Because I was playing.
You almost pull my wig off. You don't grab people's head like that.
Okay.
You give them whiplash.
Let's go. I have sleep to conquer.
All right.
Okay, we walk off in it, bitch. Ballin' in it, bitch. Okay. Hopping out of Lambos and Ferraris in it, bitch. Popping bottle with a thick red supermodel, bitch. They may talk a lot of that.